Hello, and welcome to another update video on XRP. Yeah, what we see here on the XRP chart is actually starting to look promising and constructive, even though too early to get really excited, because we only have a 3-wave move up from the low. As explained in the last few videos, this is the spot from where the bulls need to show up to keep the yellow scenario alive, right? And that is still the case. So the yellow scenario, this wave 4, it's a very deep pullback, but it is still valid, and it's also still a plausible scenario because the price did not break below the 50% Fibonacci retracement here at $2.74, $2.75. So support is still holding, yeah? And so the idea is still that we can get that fifth wave to the upside that can take us to $3.80, $4.30, $5 plus from down here, from this support zone. But obviously, there is still not enough confirmation that this next move to the upside has actually started. I'm definitely watching for it, but we haven't really seen that move to the upside, the momentum that I need to see to get clarity that circle wave 5 has actually started, is actually unfolding. But it's starting to look promising. So again, just to repeat what I said in the last videos, as long as we're holding this September low, we can still see the move up as an impulse. Okay, wave 1, wave 2, all done. The third wave is a 5-wave move itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we could get a 4th wave pullback and the 5th wave to the upside. So that would give us an impulse to the upside in this 5-wave sequence, yeah. And any break, though, below the September low would open the door to a deeper correction in a potential diagonal pattern, so that this pullback is actually a B wave in this 3rd wave. But again, maybe, the bulls are at least trying. Maybe we can avoid that diagonal, which I would prefer, because then it'll be easier for me to track the movements as well. But let's like all the hope aside, what do we actually see? So from the low, yesterday, my last update I sent through yesterday in our member area was XRP is approaching the trend line, like first breakout line, resistance line. Any push above would likely then send us to the next line, which we're on our way, right? So we have a first breakout. That's, by the way, I think also the trend line I showed in the video yesterday. And so we have a first breakout. So I can remove that. We don't need that line, really. So I'm going to remove that. If this really is the start of the 5th wave to the upside, yeah, then what I need as a first confirmation is a sequence of 5 waves up. Right, that is the confirmation. I mean, we already have an upside breakout, so that means the momentum seems to be up locally. It's clear, right? We're holding the September low. And the next resistance area, however, as I said in the last videos, that's just a reminder here, is really this area between $3.10 and $3.15. But there is another small cluster, you could say, from these trend lines coming in around $3.06. Because that's where this orange trend line is, and then this upper yellow trend line is coming down, and the 138% extension. And this is an ideal target, you could say, for a 3rd wave anyway. So what we normally want, if we're tracking a 5-wave move up, then it's normally the internal 3rd wave that should get to the 138% extension at least. So that is what we are tracking currently here on the XRP chart. Basically, what it means is we're now watching if the 3rd wave can get to at least $3.06, maybe even higher. Then we will add support. I might do that actually today in one of the updates that I sent through on Discord. We'll add support for the internal 4th wave, yeah, because I can't do that yet because we haven't reached the target. So once we have reached the target, I can tell you what level the 4th wave needs to hold to keep the push higher, and then we maybe get 5 waves out of this. But of course, it would be positive if we can break above this zone around $3.06, and then also above the zone between $3.10 and $3.15. So that's the update on XRP. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional updates, chart updates, news, and much more. So you can find a lot of additional information here on X. Check it out. The link is in the description and in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.